Preface to Ben the Luggage Boy, or Among the Wharves. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit Librivox.org. Ben the Luggage Boy, or Among the Wharves, by Horatio Alger, Jr. Preface. In presenting Ben the Luggage Boy to the public as the fifth of the Ragged Dick series, the author desires to say it is in all essential points a true history, the particulars of the story having been communicated to him by Ben himself nearly 2 years since. In particular, the circumstances attending the boy's running away from home and adopting the life of a street boy are in strict accordance with Ben's own statement. While some of the street incidents are borrowed from the writer's own observation, those who are really familiar with the different phases which street life assumes in New York will readily recognize their fidelity. The chapter entitled "The Room Under the Wharf" will recall to many readers of the daily journals a paragraph which made its appearance within 2 years. The writer cannot close without expressing anew his thanks for the large share of favor which has been accorded to the volumes of the present series, and takes this opportunity of saying that in their preparation invention has played but a subordinate part. For his delineations of character and choice of incidents he has been mainly indebted to his own observation, aided by valuable communications and suggestions from those who have been brought into familiar acquaintance with the class whose mode of life he has sought to describe. New York, April 5th, 1876. End of the preface.
Chapter 1 of Ben, the Luggage Boy, or Among the Wharves. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit Librivox.org. Recording by Tommy Hersant, Carlsbad, California. Ben the Luggage Boy, or Among the Wharves, by Horatio Alger, Jr. Chapter 1 introduces Ben the Luggage Boy. "How much you made this morning, Ben?" "Nary red," answered Ben composedly. "Had your breakfast?" "Only an apple. That's all I've eaten since yesterday. It's most time for the train to be in from Philadelphia. I'm laying around for a job." The first speaker was a short, freckle-faced boy, whose box strapped to his back identified him at once as a street bootblack. His hair was red, his fingers defaced by stains of blacking, and his clothing constructed on the most approved system of ventilation. He appeared to be about 12 years old. The boy, whom he addressed as Ben, was taller and looked older. He was probably not far from 16. His face and hands, though browned by exposure to wind and weather, were several shades cleaner than those of his companion. His face, too, was of a less common type. It was easy to see that if he had been well dressed, he might readily have been taken for a gentleman's son. But in his present attire there was little chance of that mistake being made. His pants, marked by a green stripe, small around the waist and very broad at the hips, had evidently once belonged to a Bowery swell, for the Bowery has its swells as well as Broadway, its more aristocratic neighbor. The vest had been discarded as a needless luxury, its place being partially supplied by a shirt of thick red flannel. This was covered by a frock coat, which might once have belonged to a member of the Fat Men's Association, being aldermaniac in its proportions. Now it was fallen from its high estate, its nap and original gloss had long departed, and it was frayed and torn in many places. But among the street boys, dress is not much regarded, and Ben never thought of apologizing for the defects of his wardrobe.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?